What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So I want to talk a little bit about what's going on when it comes to inflation and food and shelter. We're going to focus on those issues. And if you're retired and you're struggling, one of the main things that you want to be focused on is food and shelter. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that in this video. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification, and then click all. By clicking all, you'll get notified anytime we post a video. We do daily videos here, so by clicking the bell notification and clicking all, you should be getting updated every day. And just a reminder, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. And if you'd like to follow me on Twitter and Threads, you can at the TEC Show Live. Okay, so I'm coming to you from my balcony, and I'm still out here in Cartagena, Colombia. And I want to talk a little bit about food and shelter. So I've talked about this before, and if you are planning to retire anytime soon, or if you're already retired, these are two things that you really want to focus on, because if you're in the rental market and you're renting a place, this really will impact you. Also, when it comes to food, we go to the grocery store, we all need to buy food. We might eat food at home. We might go to restaurants and things like that. And we want to know how inflation is impacting food. So let's talk a little bit about that first. We're going to talk about food. And so I'm getting this information from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and I'm going to go ahead and read a little bit of this. So it says food. The food index rose 0.2% in July. The food at home index increased 0.3% over the month, after being unchanged in June. 4 of the 6 major grocery store food group indexes increased over the month. The index for meat, poultry, fish, and eggs rose 0.5% in July, as the index for beef increased 2.4%. The fruits and vegetables index increased 0.4% over the month, and the other food at home index rose 0.2%. The index for dairy-related products increased 0.5% in July, after decreasing in each of the previous 4 months. The non-alcoholic beverages index and the cereal and bakery products index were both unchanged in July. And so you see, when it comes to food prices are continuing to rise in a lot of different areas. And when you're looking month to month, that's one of the things that you really need to be focused on, because you want to know, if you went and bought eggs in June, is it more expensive in July, and is it continuing to increase? So we're seeing slight increases in certain categories, and that's something to really take note of, because even though the overall CPI score continues to stay steady around 3%, 3.2%, it's actually 3.2% for July. So we saw a slight little uptick in the CPI score. We need to look at food. We need to look at shelter. Shelter overall right now is 7.7%. So that is continuing to stay above what we're looking at for potential for COLA for 2024. So if you get a 3% increase in 2024, and food, which is now 3.6%, and shelter, which is 7.7%, if they stay steady and they don't make any real change, then guess what? Your purchasing power is not going to go as far as it would have a year prior. So it's very, very important for us to focus on this. Now, being retired is a wonderful thing. There are a lot of positives to being retired. I've been retired for almost 2 years now, and I'm really enjoying myself. However, I am really focused on the stock market. I'm really focused on inflation, and I'm also focused on how this impacts me as a consumer, because I want to make sure that my dollar can go as far as possible, because I'm no longer working. I'm no longer earning raises or bonuses every year. And so because of that, you really need, your money needs to stretch. Your money needs to go far. And so you want to pay attention to these things. And that's why I bring this information to you guys, so you know, okay, when you're looking at some of the different things that are going on in our economy, they're really going to impact your retirement. And in some situations, you might not even be able to retire because the economy is doing really bad. So that's why we have to focus on that. Last year was a really scary period because we saw inflation skyrocket. And in June of last year, inflation was at 9.1%. Fortunately, now we have it down to around 3%. But last year, if you were retired, it was a struggle, because you're looking at the cost of food, the cost of everything continuing to rise. Right now, we're seeing gas prices start to rise again. And so those are things that impact you as well. In my situation, I'm not driving as much as I was when I was working, because I was driving to work every day. And so gas prices aren't impacting me the same way they would have if I was still working. But it still hurts when you have to go and you put $100 in your tank. I mean, that still hurts. So these are just some things I wanted to share with you guys today. And we're gonna have more videos on the way. And I'm still posting some of the videos that I did on Social Security reform, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe, hit that little bell notification. If you guys have questions, let me know in the comments below. Please like the video, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.